Wait, hold up. Man, I sound awesome right now. What are you talking about?
Since 2009, he's made over $9 million every single year. Whether you know him as Snoop Dogg, Snoop Lion, or Tha Doggfather, this music mogul is hands down one of the richest rappers in the world. With countless awards under his belt, a number of successful business ventures, and chart-topping hit after hit, the DOGG boasts a colossal net worth of $150 million. And you can bet your backside that he knows how to spend it. His car collection is on another level. He travels in ultimate style, and he's been known to carry around over $400,000 in cash. Hold on to your hats as we dive into the incredible world of Snoopzilla. When you've got a reputation as one of the greatest gangster rappers of all time and a bank balance to complement it, then there's two things to do with your money. First off, you can invest it, watch it grow, and live the high life, no pun intended, well into retirement. Sure, Snoop Dogg is doing just that, but we'll circle back to the logical investments later. What's the other thing you can do with all that cash? Splurge it like crazy, going absolutely bonkers on fast cars, big houses, and private jets. Let's dive into the fun stuff first, shall we? While Snoop might not own $100 million castles, Buckingham Palace, or the Playboy Mansion, he still holds claim to a decadent, seriously respectable real estate portfolio. If we whirl back the clock, cast your eye toward this Claremont crib, one of his earliest houses. Calvin Cortazar Brodus Jr., aka Snoop Whatever, bought this 6,527 square foot house at 3986 Swarthmore Court back in 1994 for a rather modest $660,000. It sits here in Claremont's Blaisdell Ranch subdivision and coves just under an acre of land. You might remember it from its showing on MTV Cribs back in 2000, but since then, Snoop spearheaded a complete remodeling. The 2.0 version features marble fireplaces, soaring ceilings, plenty of built-in wardrobes, a home theater room, a chef's kitchen, 2 master suites, 1 on each level, plus 6 more bedrooms, a 4-car garage, pool and spa, and an outdoor tennis and basketball court. Oh, and of course we can't forget the state-of-the-art recording studio. When Snoop decided to offload the stunning house, he put it on the market at a massive markup, $2 million. Despite selling the MTV featured crib, Tha Doggfather continues to own a 4-bedroom, 3,800 square foot house on just shy of 2,500 acres. It's located here at 2345 Alamo Heights Drive in Diamond Bar, not too far from his former crib back in 1998, shelling out a cool $720,000. These days, its value has soared close to $2 million, thanks to its privacy and seclusion in the gated hillside community dubbed the Country Estates. Just around the corner, Snoop's got yet another decked-out crib, a more low-key getaway residence he calls the Church. It's rocking unique touches like a vending machine that dispenses drinks for $1, a blue-lit hallway, and a multi-level cat tree for the house's only full-time resident, this little white feline named Frank Sinatra. While the OG rapper might keep his houses rather private, it's the complete opposite case when it comes to his car collection. Snoop loves to flaunt his cars, but they're not your typical high-end Lambos or top-of-the-range Bentleys. The unique artist treats his cars like he does his music, with plenty of flair and personal customization, and he's constantly seen cruising around LA in his daily pick of the bunch. As we take a walk through his garage, we'll find a lime green 1974 Cadillac DeVille lowrider that was customized by Big Slice and given the special name Snoop DeVille. These bad boys can still reach tens of thousands of dollars at auction, and that's before any Snoop-flavored customization. Would you believe, though, this isn't his only DeVille? He's got an entire perfect trio. The 1967 Cadillac DeVille, which he dubbed Brown Sugar, features, get this, chandeliers over the seats in the back, as well as a unique design on the trunk, depicting Snoop and his 2 sons, Corday and Cordell. The third Cadillac DeVille in Snoop Dogg's arsenal is this beauty, a white 1968 coupe version which dons Bible quotes and pictures of him and his family painted onto the hood. Alright, enough Cadillacs. The rapper also owns a 3-wheeled Polaris Slingshot valued at over $26,000. While a lightning-quick 3-wheeler is already attention-grabbing, Snoop took it to the next level by painting it a shiny chrome blue base and a purple dashboard. But it doesn't end there, not even close. There's the 1968 Buick Riviera, also featuring an intricate family painting, a $312,000 Rolls-Royce Ghost, a $30,000 Dodge Challenger SRT8, a $245,000 Ferrari 458 Italia, a 2011 Ford Mustang GT worth $35,000 before all the bells and whistles, and a beautiful 1966 LA Lakers edition Pontiac Parisienne, which was gifted to the late great Kobe Bryant. Snoop has also held the keys to a Chrysler 300C, but as a former spokesperson for the brand, this one came free of charge. Can't complain with a free car, can you? Last but not least, the Californian also bought a classic yellow school bus. Why? Because Snoop started coaching junior football back in 2005 for the Rowland Heights Raiders, and customized this bus for the team. Can you imagine having one of the most recognizable artists on the planet as your football coach? While secondhand buses can be relatively cheap, often under 10 grand, a paint job and a remodel would have likely doubled the purchase price. Seriously, name a more impressive classic custom car collection. Not easy, is it? We'd all love to be able to shell out on eye-catching vehicles and enormous LA mansions, but the reality is that achieving the sizzling net worth of someone like the world-famous Snoop Dogg doesn't come easy. The divisive rapper has worked tirelessly for a number of decades to get where he is today. So let's rewind for a moment and see how this all-star artist earned his bucket loads of cash in the first place. Before he found himself in the industry spotlight, the DOGG was straddling a fine line between right and wrong. As a member of the Crips street gang, he found himself behind bars on numerous occasions in his youth. But when he met Dr. Dre, his life took an immediate turn. In 1992, Snoop passed Dr. Dre a mixtape that he created at home. After the fellow rapper and record producer listened to the tape, he invited Snoop to audition to work alongside him, and the rest is history. He first began appearing on Dr. Dre's album The Chronic before releasing his very own debut album in 1993. It was called Doggy Style. It was an enormous success, with fans gobbling up over 11 million copies worldwide, and he's continued propelling himself towards greatness ever since. With that, he became one of the best-known figures in gangsta rap in the 1990s, considered by many to be the epitome of West Coast rap at the time. Fast forward to today, and Snoop Dogg has chalked up 7 platinum albums, sold over 35 million copies worldwide, and received an incredible 16 Grammy nominations. Still, the public remains shocked that he's never taken home the top prize. On top of all the fresh dollar bills rolling in from his music and royalties, Snoop's also made truckloads from special guest appearances. He was paid £5.3 million, or nearly $7 million American dollars, to star in Just Eat and Menulog's new advert. As you can imagine, for someone with such a recognizable persona, face, and voice, it's not easy for the music legend to get from A to B without an onslaught of fans and paparazzi. That's why he pays hundreds of thousands of dollars every year for bodyguards and security, and why he typically chooses to fly around in private jets. Jets which, of course, are decked out with sublime luxury. Snoop, like most celebrities worth over $100 million, has no problem dishing out between $4,000 and $8,000 per flying hour for a mid-sized private jet when the need arises. Apparently, he doesn't have a problem carrying giant wads of cash either. Back in 2015, as he prepared to board a private flight in Italy, bound for England, authorities caught him with a whopping $422,000 in cash hiding in his Louis Vuitton luggage. Despite moments like this, the iconic artist has regularly been spotted flying on commercial planes, and in economy class too. Whether on tour or just to kick back on a much-needed vacation, Snoop's seen nearly every corner of the globe, notching up a travel bill approaching the 7-figure mark. He's been to Canada, Brazil, Germany, Mexico, Sweden, New Zealand, and Australia after his ban was lifted. And if you ask him about his most life-changing trip, he'll give you one answer: Jamaica. When he's not waxing lyrical, flying around the world, or cruising with the roof down through the streets of LA, Snoopy is doing what all rich people should be doing, keeping a lid on over-the-top spending and finding ways to reinvest all that hard-earned dosh. While he's undoubtedly known for his music, Snoop is also a well-established businessman, and as he's grown older, his list of business ventures and investments has only expanded. He's invested in video games, Reddit, and Klarna, a multi-billion-dollar Swedish financial tech company. Of course, there's one particular controversial niche that the rapper is synonymous with. Yep, you know what we're talking about. Called Leafs by Snoop, his most pronounced venture showcases luxurious packaging that encases a range of products, everything from chocolate bars to chews, drops, gummies, and flowers. Currently, it's only available for purchase in Colorado due to legislation, but that could expand over time. To cap off a diverse portfolio, Uncle Snoop also headlines his own venture capital fund, called Casa Verde Capital, which gives around $1 million in companies as a seed investment, then 2 or 3 thereafter as follow-up investments. Its biggest investment to date is with LeafLink, an online marketplace for retailers and brands. Each of these investments shares one underlying motive: to put Snoop's money to work and watch it grow, while supporting industries that he appreciates. However, with $150 million in the bank, the West Coast icon can afford to be generous with his dough from time to time. Snoop has supported at least 16 known charities over his journey, including the Make-A-Wish Foundation, Orca Network, Voices Against Violence, Operation USA, 21st Century Leaders, and the Black Eyed Peas Foundation, just to name a few. He also held a charity basketball game at his former school, which benefited the Save a Life Foundation. Pretty classy, right? Well, it's not just money he's happy to give away, but also time. A one-on-one session with Snoop in a recording studio was auctioned off to raise funds for Habitat for Humanity's Operation Home Delivery Fund. How much would you pay for a chance to sing alongside one of the greats? It doesn't look like Snoop will hang up the microphone anytime soon, nor does he look like he's slowing down in his scheme of investments. Although one day, when the famous musician does eventually call it quits, he'd made it clear to us what the next chapter of his book will be. In the words of Snoop Doggy Dogg himself, when I'm no longer rapping, I want to open up an ice cream parlor and call myself Scoop Dog. Probably doesn't sound like that. We can only imagine what the flavor of the week would be. Are you a fan of Snoop Dogg, or do you think there are better rappers out there? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Catch you next time.